Yo, dog, I'm fucking tired, and I don't want to teach today. Really? Pardon me. I do. I don't want to go through all the same shit. I'm just sick of it. I keep reading the same shit. Today is the 21st of the dark, 5786, Tuesday, March 10th. Let's see if we can get the thing down. Okay. Nobody. We got somebody in here. Nobody really knows anything for sure. Elu by Elu. Different Elohim. Somebody just give me that camera and check them out. Well. So we're gonna watch a documentary on Kabbalah. So feel free to enjoy it.
Rabbi, I like you. You're my favorite person to watch.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that, my friend.
I used to watch you on the Jewish.
Oh, tight. If I may ask, are you at least age 18? That's okay. So watch me in the Jewish Guild, and then when you come and you turn 18, you come in here and we'll chill. How's that sound? Excellent, my friend. Thank you for your...
You can mute me for 4 years.
Okay. Well, just watch me in the Jewish Guild.
Okay. Goodbye. Have a great day.
You too, my friend. Thank you for your kind words. So you're not going to read the thing today? No. Why? Because I'm fucking tired, man. You have to bury an info, you have to bury a miscarried baby. But that's good. Do not bury it in a marked grave. Do not bury it in the ground, do not bury it in a marked grave. And we should watch one of these. Also, just from a mental health perspective, it's quite healthy that Hazan Judaism develop a child. Dude, you've watched this one like 1,000 times. But Chazal wanted it to be contained in one. The life was. So the house of God. And so she miscarried, and she took the miscarriage in a pit. We don't come to hit it. A coin came along, and obviously saw what had happened, and peered over the pit. Now, why did the coin peer over the pit? Leichta himself in the kiva. So he was able to pass. But we'll even turn it so you can see. Can you see this shit? What day of this bitch is it? '74. That's that fucking fire.
To celebrate the life from Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai. 2,000 years ago, Rabbi Shimon shared with his divided students the teachings of Kabbalah, the spiritual secrets of the universe. London here, somewhere. This is me. Not this guy. This guy. The American hunting London, Washington Festival. So what am I doing here? I'm away from my family, my friends, my life in New York. As they say in sports, let's go to the video team. Here I am, Stephen Brown. What can I tell you? That's me from age 1.
Dog,
Mom and Dad.
I might get in trouble. Just copyrighted. So what do you do instead? Put this and fucking music over it.
You see that the suffix trumps the Vadai. Right, there's something changing the reality, even in the face of the Vadai, to the point that again, we're asking, the coin is not Tame. The coin is not Tame. So you see here that something can go ahead and trump the Vadai. And which the words is really though. Mostly we do Lavar, Lavar Alaima, Kila Kimin, and they tell Lavar. US does no. What happened over here is the opponent sees the shift on throwing something that looked like being felt. In other words, it's not a bad guy that she miscarried and placed the navel in the bar. Rather, again, he saw what appeared to be a navel being placed in the bar by this woman. So it's a second thing. Whereas once I get to that, it's a couple of things up in the table. And you know what I'm saying? And that the period also really deceived it was a boy or a girl.
First blackout. My 2 sisters. First grade. Teenager. Love sports. Anything to keep.
Oh yeah, who's on a fantasy football team?
College. Bartending. Ski bumper. Travel. That's my wife, Miriam. Those are my 2 wonderful daughters. That's me in a nutshell. Living my life, going to work, being with my family. So what's missing? You can say my life seems pretty good, yet there's got to be a but. Otherwise, why are you telling me all this? The fact is, I've been fulfilling in many different ways. Jumping out of an airplane, going to great photo shoots, and even jets. Also 49, about to 50. All I know is more than ever, I'm hungry for a deeper kind of spirituality. The challenge is where to find it. Miriam has been into Buddhism and yoga for over a decade. She loves and gives a greater sense of compassion and mindfulness. Like Miriam, I'm open to more spirituality in my life, and nothing has really nourished my soul the way I had hoped. My unlikely path to Kabbalah began here, of all places, at Madison Square Garden. But it was interesting. I started talking with a friend about what I was missing in my life. He suggested I get in touch with a rabbi he knows who's part mentor, part life coach. Best of all, he makes house calls. A week later, Rabbi Shem came to my office. I didn't know what to expect, but he was willing to give it a try.
This chick's
So much of what he was saying was hard for me to connect with. And then he mentioned Kabbalah, A mystical interpretation of the Torah just thousands of years old. It was like he was dangling his great big spiritual fish up in front of my face before yanking it away. I view the study of Kabbalah, if one is truly versed in it's the basics, the foundations of Judaism, is rushing to the dessert before one is even partaken of the main meal. Rabbi Schiff suggested I reach out to a colleague of his, Rabbi Jacobs, who was willing to give me a little taste of Kabbalah, that dessert Rabbi Schiff was talking about. We met up in Central Park. So I decided to start looking about Kabbalah, and it's going in my mind. Every time we talk, he says things. He says, that's what Judaism is. Everyone knows this. What is Kabbalah?
I know that the meaning is exception. Alright? I know there's a lot of numerology within the letterings. How to define Kabbalah? I don't know.
Not much. From my limited vantage point, it's hearing about celebrities getting into it, or the extreme opposite. Either way, it wasn't me. My curiosity by surprise. I always felt proud about being Jewish, but it wasn't always clear where I belonged. My mom went to a Reform synagogue going back 4 generations.
Oh, this bitch ain't even Jewish. Really? Fuck no.
Orthodox Judaism really don't appeal to me.
My father, on the other hand, had read from his Orthodox upbringing. He basically left that part of his life behind when he married my mother, cutting himself off from that side of the family. It's changed for society very quick to change and everything's released Orthodox. My parents had rejected Orthodox Judaism years ago, but now, because of Kabbalah, I find myself wanting to know more about the religious side of my family. Even though we live just 10 miles from each other, we have never met Orthodox cousins. Not only that, I did some of them great into Kabbalah. They invited me and the girls and me out to Brooklyn to celebrate Sukkot, the Jewish harvest festival that takes place in the fall. Hi, Roman.
This is something we built into our family so that we can squeeze in.
Coming together with these relatives of mine makes me feel connected, and also violent to great divine. As I'm testing the waters of Kabbalah, I'm excited to find out what we share. In 1921,
Kabbalah this, bitch. Oh, false alarm. Fuck.
Ourselves by being together with other people, because other people bring out aspects of ourselves that we're not aware of even. With that, everyone's welcome to shake the love and enter into the instructor on how to do it.
The test road, bitch. Did your fucking escrow even have a pedum? Fuck you if it doesn't. Fuck you. Not even a Jew if you don't have a pedum in your bucket ass, right? Really? Pedum are very important.
This is all new to me. Our kids to especially rituals. We feel like visitors from another planet. Most people, up until recently, got into rituals. Now it seems I'm finding most people sort of getting really attracted to my heritage, and it's through these esoteric learning. But I don't necessarily mean it's going to bring me to I'm saying for yourself to understand it's like learning sign things that the Kabbalah are very appealing. It's almost like the opposite. It brings me to the want to learn about why it exists, how it's created, and kind of gets me interested in learning some more details. Understanding the apple before you take a bite, digging into the dessert before enjoying the main meal. I'm starting to feel that the only way to talk about Kabbalah is by talking about food. Kabbalah is deeper levels of the parts
Nice strong, bitch.
which we need. You can see inside, and that gives it its life force. We don't have a lot of questions. We're not the ones questions.
Follow this, bitch. Round 2. Fight. Fuck. Cross the line. Man.
I'm not sure I'm looking for religious because I think there are other ways for me to find spirituality. My heritage is I'm a Jew, but I don't connect spiritually so much to the religious aspect.
You're trying to fucking play, lady.
Yeah, part of me is just I'm jealous of this intense spirituality. It's just pretty incredible thing. At the same time, it's very beautiful, like our family to be together, even though we come from different places. We come from the same place.
Not really. Your mother's from 4 generations. That's basically your fucking none at this point.
I understand Miriam's concern. She doesn't want me to suddenly embrace my religious past and become a totally different person. At the same time, when I sit down with Rabbi Jacobs, it's just two guys talking. Two guys in sweaters. I mean, how extreme can this quest of mine really be? Kabbalah is a journey of personal discovery. You know, we're going to continue to learn Kabbalah. It's all pretty.
There's athleticism, though. Follow this dick, bitch.
Talmud said that there was this great sage in
No,
Israel,
it's wrong.
and they went into this state of praise, which means torture, and they went on this deep meditative spiritual journey. One part of this torture, it's an acronym with 4 primary ways that we understand the Torah. So the first one's called shock, which means someone is like looking at it, which means hint. The third one is called drush, which is homiletical.
We study this all the time.
Moral of the story,
We fucking did this in the thing.
behind the scenes of the story.
Sad.
Zod, which means
No, I call that shit sod, baby. Why? Turf management, bitch. This is like my background. Rabbi Jacobs. Nobody knows for sure. Elevate, Divrei, Elohim Chaim. This is the Mazar we follow, bitch. Just saying. Garbage. That's not Judaism. That shit sucks and they're in a fucking nunnery at this point. Really? All those motherfuckers in a monastery. His parents, grandparents met at a monastery. Ask anybody. Really? Oh, it's closer to a monastery than it is a shul, bitch. Why? It just sucks. Everything sucks. Yeah, does he teach it on YouTube with no one watching? Really? Yeah. Reception. Really? Yeah, like Jerry Rice. Got it. I mean, come on, you're not gonna learn this anywhere else, kids. We call them wideouts. Really? You can call them flankers. Really? Fuck yeah, you can call them a flanker. You have the wrong exit signs. Well, you haven't seen my YouTube videos. Now have you, son? Oh. Kabbalah this shit, bitch. Third time's the charm. Push, perhaps. Yeah, but is it archived?
I believe that all this new interest in Kabbalah can really be attributed to because they have been
Well, Rena, you can get it, girl.
they have been able to draw a tremendous amount
Really?
of attention to something
Yeah, I mean, I'd stick my dick in her mouth. What do you want me to do about it?
The Kabbalah section believes that Kabbalah is for everything, and that Kabbalah Fuji is Fuji. That it's really the wisdom of the universe and how the world was created, and this is something that is accessible to everyone. You don't have to be Jewish, you don't have to be religious. It's meant to be revealed, it's meant to be shared with everyone. I think like being at the Kabbalah Center, like the biggest was making you enjoy your life even more. It doesn't take away what you're doing. Like we talk about working hard and successful, but focus on the enjoyment of it and not just the outcome of everything. Sometimes I would think like, oh, they're gonna be like, what are you doing up in here? But I never got that feeling, even though I know the real Kabbalists wouldn't even have like a non-Jewish person like involved. Well, my father is Jewish. And his name is Jesus.
Get out of here, take
I
over.
think it was like for me, it rounded everything out. Like it definitely rounded out my Christianity.
To get deeper into Kabbalah, Rabbi Jacob suggested I connect with Kabbalistic rabbis living in Israel. It's a little far for these guys to make house calls, so we meet once a week on Skype. This is Yitzhak Schwartz, a former cowboy from Texas who went to Israel to train horses in the Golan Heights. He did the Rabbi enjoys it. He believes that people who want to learn Kabbalah should learn. In other words, skip the main meal and go straight to the dessert. Here's what's called the highest lowest. Rabbi Jacobs then turned me on to Rabbi Cable, who also lives in Jerusalem. The two found this roundabout path to Kabbalah. He grew up in Miami, an all-state quarterback. Listening to Jimi Hendrix and the Grateful Dead. Exploring with these rappers from psychoanalysis.
And I was singing Dick Like a Pin.
Has given you some direction about what kind of person he wants to be. So I'm good with that. But religious observance makes me nervous because we have a family, we're in this together. We have to have, we got married under the same principles of how we want to live our life. We have a lot of
Calm down, woman.
But that was what feels threatening to me, was this idea of, oh my God, it's going to become observant.
Is that giraffe? First pair to fill in. What the fuck is this?
To show gratitude for all the wonderful blessings in my life. The right side of the wall and the left side. Calvinistic teaching, the right side represents compassion, the side of judgment. Things about compassion. My cousin Yehuda Bear invited me to an event that he felt I wouldn't believe. A celebration of epic proportions. I was definitely interested, especially when I heard it was happening in my team's football stadium.
You fucking giant? I've been to more jet ski games than I care, but the crowd never looked like this close. What this ceremony is celebrating is probably the biggest gathering of Jews since Orsina. Talmud is really everything. Talmud is law. That's what I think people think we know about Gemara. But it's ethics and it's human behavior. We really don't want to delve into the areas of Kabbalah until we totally know the Gemara inside and out. Because people get drawn into things and they really don't understand the depth of it. So, yeah, maybe we can figure it out.
It really makes me think about maybe they know what they're talking about.
I've seen a lot of positive influences so far, but they're not really interested in becoming observant to find spirituality.
I didn't grow up keeping kosher, so I was marked and drove in Shabbat without thinking, strongly I want to change. I don't expect my family to adopt this stuff, but I'm starting to alter my priorities. As opposed to just following rules, I'm sensing that these rituals or spiritual exercises actually elevate consciousness.
Things he's adopted so far is the person who taught me how to eat lobster is no longer eating shellfish. And so he's eating kosher.
When we go out, like have breakfast, he will order us in the middle here. He will order it. Like my mom here, fish
I don't want to follow laws. I don't want to have to not drive on Shabbat. Can't you study the Kabbalah as a spiritual path and not be a religious person? I just want to like find my own path in my life and learning about compassion and awareness and mindfulness. And
Yeah, lady, we totally understand.
to me, those
Really?
are philosophies I can live
Yeah.
with day to day.
But you should know everything sucks. If you don't know that, that's everybody knows that. Everything sucks.
So then it makes sense. As I said, we really don't want you to get benefits from that mess. Like one minute. Because it's attached to your head this tree, and you can see how it acts. So you don't do it from the seal of the tree. But if you grab out on the outside, you think, well, this is the inside. Because wherever you are, rising over you are, rising over you are. But since the materials for the
Bless are you, O eternal God, King of the universe, who fashioned you in judgment, was fed and nourished you in judgment, brought death to you in judgment, and all who are supporting you to life in judgment. Blessed are you, eternal provides the truth.
How about that? How about you Kabbalah that, bitch?
75 years. This is the gravestone of my great-grandfather, David Brand, on my father's side. He was born in 1857 and came to America at the turn of the century. His story is part of my history, which is very little I know to connect with this part of my past. The idea is when somebody dies, he goes into this different dimension, and then he's told what he did not do and why he did not do it. This part of Kabbalah was all new to me. Reincarnation, different dimensions, coming back from the dead. I had no idea that any of this was part of Jewish practice or thought. Reincarnation is sparkle of the sparks and pieces. The pieces. Right. The whole soul is present, but it's the sparkles being brought out. The larger soul. Yeah. So in other words, this large soul that could be 20 or 30 generations, reincarnations, and each person just
Elevate, Elu, no. Elevate, Elu, Elu, Divrei, Elohim, Chaim. That's what they should be saying, motherfuckers.
Because God wants us to have future. I found out that there are Jewish mystics who can literally transport you back in time, revealing moments from your past lives. The door to the subconscious mind, the door to yourself lies in relaxation. And so what we're going to do is we're going to first do like 10 minutes of relaxation. And afterwards, we're going to connect the door, and then we're going to go into our. I I can't say for sure what happened to me, but it felt as if I was actually back in time 200 years ago to a place in Eastern Europe that was completely foreign and yet weirdly familiar at the same time. I felt I was being chased by an angry mob before finding safety by a beautiful street. I know it sounds nuts. The experience seemed very real to me. Another door had opened on my journey, and I stepped Let me just cousins invited my family up to celebrate for him. I was eager to go, but Mary wasn't big on that. She felt she had put in her time to Mexico and decided to stay home. Some people call it the Jewish party. As I heard, you're actually supposed to get so drunk you can't tell the difference between good and evil. My cousin took me to see the sculpture record, the latest in a long line of scenic spiritual leaders from a small town in Ukraine. Randy traces lineage all the way back to the 1700s, Belgian folk and South. I have two business partners, and I think they see my interest in Kabbalah as just a passing phase. And maybe, if they just wait it out, I'll get more and more on. And that's Steve Andrews, as an accountant on a feature film making.
No, this guy hasn't said anything different in like 5 fucking days. I hear about these chicks in the eggs.
They say he comes in once a week for an hour and we study Torah.
I love you, chick.
If I'm spending half my time studying Kabbalah, they begin to wonder if I joined the cult.
What, you little bitch?
What I'm really after is finding the right balance of Kabbalah for the rest of my life. Truth of the matter is that Jesus is not balance. All the great leaders, all the great spiritual masters in the Jewish tradition were people who struggled with the same type of balance. How do you have a job? How do you have a family? How do you maintain your spiritual life? Rabbi Jacobs is right in the sense that I feel more and more like I'm one foot in one world and one foot in another, and I'm not willing to let go of it. It's not just my partners at work who are wondering what's going on in my life. It's my close friends, too.
You don't do Kabbalah now. Oh, no, really? What's up with that? Jeez Louise, Kabbalah. As you say to wish, and slowly you make choices. You don't get me, no lobster, no ribs, or shellfish.
Just kvetching. It's kvetching. Just shit straight. The fuck are you, New York is doing? Really? Yeah, I'll say anything I want to fucking say. That's like dick like it's going out of style, baby.
I feel like I have to explain myself to other people more than ever before. It's kind of impossible to convey the intensity of what Kabbalah is. The only way to know it is to
Dog, I should have just fucking said the thing. I'm tired. We could watch the second half tomorrow, baby.
Vacations. So we do believe in that for limited periods of time, you can concentrate on your own spiritual growth and you reintegrate it back into your life and achieve the goals that we're talking about. And frankly, now that we're talking about this, I really think you gotta go to Israel. I really think you gotta go see what's like over there. It's gonna take your Kabbalistic stuff and stuff that we're talking about. 15 years on your vacation's worth it, but I've never taken a spiritual vacation. In fact, I've barely been away from my family since the kids were born. I feel as if I don't have a choice anymore. It's like once I've made up my mind, there's no turning back. More and more, I'm feeling something is pulling me to Israel. Not as just an Israel, a little hard for me because I probably didn't really want to go, but I did want to chase his passion. And asked him to notice that he was trying. Rabbi Jacobs is right. Here in New York, I'm just scratching the surface of what it means to live a life steeped in Kabbalah. For me, it's just not enough. More than ever before, I have a burning desire to go deeper. And to do that, I'm going to where the energy of Kabbalah lives and breathes most vividly today. It means going to Kabbalah's spiritual birthplace. It means going to Israel. I keep thinking what my Kabbalah teachers have taught me. To truly live Kabbalah, you need to be outside time and space. In a lot of ways, that's what Israel is. You're surrounded by thousands of years of history all the time. Rabbi Jacobs sent me Israel with a list of a whole bunch of spiritual guides. Two of them I already know. My skeptics. Rabbi Cable, Danta from Florida, and Rabbi Schwartz in Texas Capital, Jeremy Calvinist. Rabbi Schwartz had heart surgery just 10 weeks ago, but it hasn't slowed him down. He wants to take me on a journey to the Sea of Galilee.
Because it takes you to a place of joy. That interconnection is what turns you around from being a person of separateness to being a person of connectedness.
I used to think that Mickey baths were just for women and had to be near a synagogue. But that's not true. Rabbi Schwartz gets in the mikveh every day, and I want to dive in as well.
first meditation came to thank you when I say basically that anything that Hashem does is for the best. It's for my own best. When I dunk in the water, the first thing I bring to mind is something that is apparently hard for me, painful, disconcerting. I put that into my mind and I go in the water. I say to myself, under the water, this is the best possible thing in the world. And I go down the water. And the reason why it's the best possible thing is because, and I dunk it, and an answer comes. The answer would be something like, because it makes me a more compassionate person. It makes me a more sincere person. I begin to see life as being basically something that is God said, something that comes out of good.
Hi, Casey, how are you?
In areas of
I'm in Israel. Hi, Zoe. Oh, nice. Tonight's Halloween. Have a good time. Don't eat too much candy, okay? Driving with Rabbi Kate, New York seems she's a little bit out of tone. Good. She sounds like she's happy. Yeah, she really is. She knows this is very special. You know, she loves the spiritual world and loves that I'm connecting to, to God and to creation. But then she said, oh, you're not going to get religious on me.
Just like a metaphor, an analogy for life. There has to be a recognition in order to get to higher levels of pleasure and spirituality. You have to be willing to restrain yourself to a degree in order to, climb the ladder. Just like, any person who wants to upgrade be willing to restrict the diet for restrict your other activities to practice there's these two sides that go together. Sacrifice creates the payoff.
How do I position it so it doesn't seem like sacrifice and restraint in of itself, but more as a means to a higher spiritual level? Because I know if I say too much, that's it's bad. Rabbi Cable is taking me to a waterfall to show me about Kabbalah and meaning. As soon as I get there, surrounded by all this beauty, transported to the experience I had years ago, that was deep in my expanding consciousness. I think Rabbi Cable went to lots of great religion shows for I was thinking waterfall is very psychedelic. Yeah. You ever had a psychedelic experience?
I've had a waterfall.
I had my first psychedelic experience at a waterfall. I was hiking with a friend of mine. And I, hallucinogenic. And ended up like halfway through the day, got to a waterfall. And I just sat and stared. And I understood universal oneness.
The only difference, as far as I can tell, is that what's happening with those types of things is an override of your actual involvement in the process.
And one thing that is very appealing to me about Judaism and the spirituality we're talking about, you can look at everything around you and probably find a piece of that oneness and creation in everything.
Right. That's part of what the Kabbalah is to teach us what each element in the picture is. And by understanding how the communities come together and have a much deeper understanding.
And then you're walking around the world every day in awe of everything.
Right. And I can take that awe and not just remain intellectual, and actually
dealing with others. That's the point. I'm struck by the various paths people have taken to get here, the different ways that people to embody Kabbalah in their lives. Up north, I meet up with Rabbi Rothschild, who's found a way to combine his enthusiasm for Kabbalah with surfing. I choose to listen to structure. That's why my relatives is essential. It's flow. Because it also keeps me from getting burned up as limiting the brains. It's structure. Everything's structure. Your walls can cement walls or cement into a structure. It's flow and structure. The appreciating the section. Yes. Structure. Structure is the ocean. So some people have more flow and less structure. They can do it. I'm a pure flow guy. You're at the bottom structure. You're gonna taste it, you're gonna feel it, you're gonna swim it, you're gonna experience it. If your USB cable interface to the room is going to be getting out. When I was teaching class here today, I don't know if it's something that can use the ride. He had some issues. Mustache by this spiritual level of Kabbalah is like this expansive, united beings. It's really hurting us to get the unity. There's just this one self that if we truly believe that, then what would we do ourselves? If I knew that you were part of oneself, right? The Talmud says that if the right hand accidentally cut the left hand, the left hand then take the big contribution of the right hand. That's ridiculous. We have fallen into a consciousness of separation, which the Kabbalah refers to as klippa. The klippa is a shell, and it's suggesting that you live in your bag of skin, and I live in my bag of skin, and there's separation. But that's not true. There's nothing that separates us except our misunderstandings. And the Kabbalah is there to help us overcome this misconception of this disconnect with the universe. Is teaching. But the teaching is to direct you to knowledge that's inside of yourself. We are limbs of that oneself, like my fingers are limbs of this hand. And we can live a lifestyle that communicates and successfully affirms that truth. You have to keep it. Living a Kabbalistic lifestyle is more than just a passing fad in Israel. People are applying these ideas to their daily lives. As individuals, Rabbi Adam Sinai is a Sephardic rabbi who settled here from North Africa. He believes that Kabbalah should be accessible to everyone who wants to learn.
And spiritual work can't be done to the whole of Pakistan. You can't love everybody all the time. And it's not just the men that do work together, it's not just the women
What's your philosophy on who should study Kabbalah? All this is a lot to take in. What's real? What's not? Wow, this is heavy. And I thought such Alex But people say to really experience Kabbalah, the place to go is found. It's the birthplace.
Oh, just watching.
Many Talmuds studied in prayer. And the most famous of them all was Rabbi Isaac Lurie, the great Rebbe, who settled here in the 1500s.
When Ari popped on scene, here to see painting spots, you say that his experience changed the spiritual era from chaos to their implications. For the last 40 years, the Kabbalah is study writings students. The model of
This 800-year-old mikveh has no heater, no filter, no pipes, just pure water that's fed by an underground spring. The tradition has anyone goes into the and embrace the ways of God in this life. That's what heavy times to fulfill. It can possibly it just, I didn't even feel temperature. I just felt energy. I wanted to stay in. And I felt the space. Water was different water. It felt like a mystical element. So, it felt like something seeping into it.
The answer is no. This was how levels are. Sunday,
شهير علي خط مصران هي لك الصحة بخول عديد تسمع وزير خمس سنوات الجوبا شيء زكي وزير الدمشية في الدبين وشيء زريد الدنيا استكتشينه وتميت هي بريء مستمع هي لك الصحة ويوم غضب فاضي
This man receives the Aries tumor. He's an example of a wild truth, a master of the truth, and tries to help others experience the reverse truth. His decision to happiness Freeman's spot, it seems that everyone's life is intertwined with their Kabbalistic beliefs. People are really trying to live this stuff on a daily basis.
You know about it. The more I'm learning, the more I realize how little I know. I still want philosophy myself. It caused lots of problems. Water contamination, air pollution, global warming, atomic bomb, anxiety, workaholic, and so on. He still want philosophy by itself also not good. Why? Lots of poverty, lots of low life, lots of reason. Only few people can be at the stand of the Dalai Lama. All the rest is suffering on the ground. Mind your word, yeah? This is what the Lama is going to do. That's why it's like you guys it's like
It's also so that you know it's
first time I really prayed.
Okay. Yeah, you fucking motherfucker was born in a convent. Really? Oh, for sure. So it's something like that. So, why? You'd be like a boyish mother. I'll tell you that.
It's in your heart.
Why? Because she sucks.
Raise idea, now reach the heart's feelings, now moving to the body, pushing it up. Lemon. Tears that taste sweet, tears that taste salty. Salty is for green. Sweet is the journey.
Well, tears.
And then it's just a big
Felt
guy.
he wasted so much time, so late to show up. I feel like it's taken me a whole lifetime to get to this place.
Really? I'm sure, man. I thought,
Should be proper forms on idolatrous destination. So even if it is strong, but it's okay. So this is why Chazal said that it's by Sela, as it said of Sela, for the man, for the Mahamudah, was a huge issue. In reality, and Israel has the power of the
So, I'm telling you, New York is so different than where we were in Israel. It's such a struggle here to find peace of mind. I want to feel spirituality here in New York in my life. I don't want to feel like I have to be in Israel, halfway across the world to have a spiritual experience. Correct.
Okay, well, Torah is instructions for living. The idea is, we have to. The first step is we have to take a step outside of this. We have to look at it. That's a trip to Israel. That's an insight. There is more. There is what's beyond. Right? In order to bring that into your life, here, wherever you are, you have to go to a fine place. Live with this in your life, in this place. Talk about how this was our strategy. From how to build spirituality into your life.
People work hard as they can to the families, people in there are thinking about how do I elevate my soul? So I connect to God. They're thinking about what they got to do right then, right in front of their face. The formula is, if I go into those same processes of business, I'm doing it with a consciousness that there's greater forces at work here. And ultimately, all those forces trace back to the one who is the source of all of existence. That when I'm aware of it, instantly, the whole experience changes. So you're talking a shift in consciousness.
Yes.
You do the same thing, there's a shift in consciousness.
And that's a process. That's not something that happens in one day, or even in a week, or in a month, or in a year. When I look at the drop, I can see it actually making any difference right now. But if one drop doesn't make a difference, then a million drops don't make a difference.
The cable is asking me to see every single app as if it's loaded with significance. How can Kabbalah make sense of events that are so inexplicable, so random, so cool, they define meaning? None of them really hit me hard. My brother-in-law worked on the 102nd floor. My sister's husband, father went to cases 4 or 5 before the time. So we're all like, blown apart by that. And my family really hasn't found their balance 10 years later. It was about. And I didn't realize at the time, but I think it was the beginning of my deep soul searching. Tragedy occurs like that. Innocent people get killed for no reason, or it seems like no reason. And how are we supposed to deal with that?
Teaches that piece of the universe is to
eliminate the possibility of manifestation freedom. Means have the freedom to choose. Freedom to choose. Darkness. Our generation is so dark. This is the generation shows the greatest disconnection of kids. Disconnection. So many people on the planet coming to an ocean of getting closer and closer until the great civilization. How it's going to happen depends largely on us, but that something is going to happen. That events are going to take place that are bringing people and all humanity to another level. Developed for me is how to see the world in its context. We may know about the past, the prophetic stuff, the bigger picture. We are souls. We've been here before, and we've all come back this time to fix what we've done individually and also to participate in the collective rectification. We're all part of this basic thing, which is an awakening of consciousness. As I said, the consciousness of God is the ones from the sea. Just like the Jews, it's every human being. Well, it's there for us to observe as something. What we see in the world is very much the interactive. So who we are and where we are in the effect of what we see in the world. God is the language, the way to change the lives out there is to change this. Ships of our time. Ships of our time. Ships of our time.
Stephen just said he really wanted me to do a consultation. This time I worked with him and he's like life coach, so that kind of appealed to me and I really wanted to. And I was really, for some reason, unlike other things, I was open enough to do a consultation with him and I like to write with him. So I like to talk about philosophy and what I want in my life and the kind of person I want to be. And so when he talked to me about being, working with me as a life coach personally, I figured the Kabbalistic input would be very personal. And he uses a lot of his philosophies from the Kabbalah in guiding people, like who are you and what do you want to be? Who do you want to be and what kind of life do you want to live? What is that? How do you get there?
This has been a great family vacation. What I've learned together. Balance when I go to bed. I'm doing my stuff, reading my books, praying, speaking to rabbis, and with my family is just totally meshing beautifully.
Steve and I wanted to kind of talk to her. Yeah, he was fine. He enjoyed watching me. No? He was still trying to like train me how to eat it. So he knows how to eat it.
And I was like, take heat it up.
It's hard for me to know whether this is could be that he's more relaxed, but his own path and not for me to be honest with it. I think Stephen and I oftentimes listen to recipes from different texts and different people. Then I get the spiritual paths intertwined in many ways from each other.
As I discover ways to integrate this wisdom into my life, it's mind-blowing how Kabbalah goes beyond notions of time and space. Our place on Earth is just one small part of Kabbalah's cosmic focus. Tips about oneself like my fingers and this. Steve, no. More people it's clear that for me, Kabbalah is a lifelong experience. The end of this chapter is just the beginning of a new chapter. The great Talmudic sage Ben Bach said, delve into it and continue to delve
Is like this holy.
No way, that's a good one.
Hit me with your best shot. I said, hit me with your best shot. Your best shot. I had a tight accent. I just want to say, and I'm glad you got this one. I know.
Yes, because even right, of passive accusations ultimately works. Up until now, this entire oven has been a building questioning Reish Lakish. Now, switch gears. AC Shimon Shaviopanon, so Reish Lakish asked the Kasha on the look. There you go. Shimon Shaviopanon, well, now you go there. So what's the interesting case here? If you have a tree, you have a tree belongs to that dish, right? The tree belongs to this bush. Now what happens? There's a nest on top of the tree. So birds made a nest on top of the tree. What's the halacha? You really should not get benefit from the nest, but if you did so, you have not committed.
I'm just thinking about these chicks.
She says over here, second round, no top going down. It doesn't drop on. So you can't get benefit with drop on. Right, but obviously, again, the nest tree, and therefore, if you do get benefit from the nest, ultimately, again, it's not fine. Since let's analyze. But the Rosh Hashanah, what about if the nest is on the top of an Asherah tree? The same case. I have an Asherah tree. On the top of the Asherah tree is a bird's nest. I want to get benefit from the bird's nest. So what can I do? So what can you do? Knock down the nest. Knock down the nest. Ultimately, again, with a piece of wood. And therefore, you can go ahead and get benefit from the nest like that. Like that. So what says that you can say, you got this button. I'm sorry. Rosh Hashanah, you have to become Hassan Hadaitma. You don't shishpor the middle eight. You can survive. Now, let's say this is very interesting. So now, again, what can't I do? I can't come out. Let's say in both cases, I can't climb the tree in order to get to the nest, right? Because climbing the tree is usage of the tree. But what have all those up? Actually, interesting enough, what can I do? Just take a piece of wood, knock down the nest, and get out of the nest. Now, the Gemara says, what's it built? What is the bird building the nest from? Now, the assumption over here is the nest on the Asherah tree is being built from wood or from twigs from the Asherah tree. Right? What does the Gemara say? You get benefit from the nest. You can't scale the tree, but you can get benefit from the nest. But that nest is made from broken pieces of the Asherah tree. What do you see from there? That once Avodah Zarah breaks, right, even on its own, even though it has not been actively broken, it's decommissioned. So the Gemara says, He goes to shove up in the eighteen. The assumption over here is that the bird is building its nest from twigs, broken pieces of the Asherah tree. The Kakani, is Bakana, and yet the nest is Mutter. So there's like this, this supports my assertion that broken Avodah Zarah, even if not intentionally broken, ultimately decommissions the Avodah Zarah. No, what's the case? You go into IC8s in the Alma, the Kinsama, not necessarily. That's not necessarily how birds make nests. Birds make nests. Birds make nests in trees all the time, but they offer materials from other locations. So the case over here is the bird made itself comfortable in the Asherah tree, but it did not gather the materials or the nest from the Asherah tree. Rather, gathering the materials ultimately again from elsewhere. Gabi Hektish. So once I saw again, what's the raya for that? The raya for that is look at the Hektish case. What happened in the Hektish case? In the Hektish case, what did Gemara say about the bird's nest? Or about the bird's nest? No nanning or about the tree. No nan, nest, sorry. No nanning below the water. So again, you should not get benefit from the nest. But if you do not commit to Nima, so let's analyze this. The ice eats in the Alma. So we're talking about a case where the bird built the nest ultimately again from materials in the belt, right outside of the hectish tree. And you kind of got the hectish one and the wall. So then it makes sense. No nan in the Drabala. So again, Chazal said, we really don't want you to get benefit from that nest, right? Why not? Because it's attached to a hectish tree, and we can see how accidentally you may come to scale the tree. But it's in the Drabala, and also the Mabor and the Doraisa. But there's no Megillah. Why is there no Megillah? Why is there no Megillah? Because since the materials for the nest came not from the hectish tree, but outside, the nest itself is not subject to Megillah. And again, I'll say, the bird is building the nest from the tree itself. That means, again, if this nest is made from twigs from the hectish tree, then what's this the nest? Status of the nest? It's hectish. If it's hectish, ultimately, again, then you're not allowed to benefit from the Doraisa, and it's Mikil of the Doraisa, which the Gemara says. So therefore, the Gemara is suggesting it seems to be clear that Halacha rights were dealing with both cases in the Asherah tree and in the hectish tree, where the bird is making a nest from other materials, not from the Asherah tree and not from the hectish tree, which the Gemara says not necessarily. The Gemara says, leave the area, how come the Kibulin Haborim La'achar Kana schema? So we'll say maybe not. It's actually quite possible that in both of these cases, ultimately, or I should say in the hectish case, that the bird is making its nest from the actual hectish tree itself. But if the bird is making its nest from the hectish tree, then why that nest is not usher with the rice? So what's going on over here? To which the Gemara says, listen to this. So what's the case over here? How come we do about the Akari kind of scheme? So we'll say this is a fascinating scenario which we'll get to. When you're makdish, right? So obviously the item as it is hectish. What about if that item, these things, are those subsequent growths considered to be hectish as well? So what's a great example of this? A tree. I'm makdish a tree, you know, on Tuesday. And then 3 months later, there's Baruch Hashem, there's new branches, there's new. Are those new branches and growths subject to the hectish designation or not? That is a machlokas. That is called Kibulin Haborim La'achar, growth which occurs after the designation. So we're talking about over here, the bird, so I was makdish the tree. And then again, 3 months later, when new branches grew, the bird took twigs from the new growths. So that made the nest out of the growths. And therefore, again, so now is the nest hectish That's what I focus on. Because Sabar ain't even also this price or also this mission holds that a lot of my stuff, the heck is designation only about on the three different districts at the time of the designation. But anything that goes afterwards is not subject to Hagdish, and therefore again the best is incredible. Rabbi Rothschild is my guy.
No, I want to say this about Denver Comedy Works. That room on a Saturday night, on a Friday night, went sold out. I'm telling you.
You fired. Go fuck yourself.